Morning, everyone. Kevin the Toy Smuggler here, and today we're going to be talking about MOTU Vintage ZODAC. And I know a lot of people. I've been on the MOTU Facebook stuff now for knocking on about 3 years and stuff. And for some odd reason, I've never hear too many people say anything nice about this figure, and I am just in total shock because the crazy thing is, ZODAC here is probably. Let me get your shot here. He's probably my favorite MOTU character of all. I know that sounds a little crazy and everything like that, but I'm going to explain to you why I think he's such a great character. And I got both versions here, and I'll go into a little bit better explanation. We'll dive into that, but I was going to give everybody some quick updates. The Death Dealer head, the vintage retro style. Kind of give everybody good shots of it here. Turn around. And I'm getting ready to do, as soon as I get done with this video, I am going to do a quick little photo shoot and shoot it in an email to see if it gets approved or not. So still might have a little bit more details, but whatever makes the customer happy, that's what I'm here to do. But right now, I think he is coming along quite nicely. So much fun doing this, man. These man, I wish I was able to do this when I was a kid, man. But back then, no clue, no one done it, didn't know how to get the materials. So, all right, a couple of the quick updates. You guys remember a few days ago, I had the vintage Mego Planet of the Apes laid out. They're all in pieces and everything. Well, we got some cool updates here. All right, here is my ape soldier. Here's how he's turned out so far. Good and clean. When I washed him, I done him a quick rinse in hot water, and then I put him in a quick bath of antibacterial soap, then went to another rinse, and then I let him soak in some hot OxyClean water. And this is the kind of OxyClean, not the powder, the bleach kind, but the blue liquid that you use this for your color safe clothes. And man, smells amazing. And what that does, but now he smells probably better than he ever smelled. And here's my Dr. Zayas. Turned out really nice, and I'm so glad I got this. Is one of my favorite figures of that line. Only thing is, I do think he is a touch tall. So one day I may make a mold of his head and maybe try to put the head on like the Mego Robin size body. It just seems like he shouldn't be right there with the soldier. It just seems just a touch big. And on, if everyone remembers the Cornelius that I had, and what I have decided to do for right now is just hold on to this as spare body parts, because it's the same body that's used on Dr. Zayas. So I'm just going to put this on hold. And what I've done was I had an old body from Classic TV Toys. So I just put Cornelius on one of these because I went to Classic TV Toys and I got his clothes ordered, or the second edition version of his clothes. So he's going to be fully clothed. And what I'm doing on all three of them, I'm going to be putting a little piece of a double-sided tape and double-sided tape some fur on the top of their hands. So, and that's something I did not buy the little gloves that go around here because I don't like the mitten look. So I'm going to be putting some dark black fur here, and I'm going to be making my own wristbands, and I may just do a whole video on that. So, and stuff like that, because I just think it'll look a little bit better. You know, I'm not into, like I said, but I got his gun ordered, and remember I told you I got a General Urko on the way, so I ordered a gun and his holster and knife for that. That way he looks complete. I got a Zira on the way. She's going to have got some repairs due on her costume and on her torso a little bit. So I'll try to walk you guys through that process and everything. But I just want to give you guys a quick update on all this stuff that I got going on. And now back to MOTU ZODAC. It just drives me insane. All the, everybody talk about how he was a useless character. But when I got introduced to him back in 1982, this was pre-filmation cartoon. So the only things that we had to go by was those mini comics and the weird description on the back of the package. And they called him the Cosmic Enforcer. And I remember distinctly sitting on the steps, because we had from our kitchen to our living room was like a 2-step down into the living room. And me and my brother, that was the area where we used to sit down on those 2 steps and set up our play sets and stuff right there on the kitchen floor, because it was just comfortable. You got just a little bit lower, which pulled the play sets and everything just about another 1.5 2 foot higher up. And boy, is this great play value right there, because you didn't feel like you was hunched over. You got you more where the action was. And I remember sitting there and opening up this toy. And I remember this was early in the summer of '82. And my dad looked at it and he said, Cosmic Enforcer. And he said, it sounds like a cop in outer space. I was like, oh, okay. Well, I understood what cop means. And I was already fascinated with outer space. So I thought, okay, this is the guy who he's the law. So, and then when I read the mini comic, the way I always looked at his character was he was the guy that there was strict rules of the cosmos. And it don't matter if you was on the good side or the bad side, you was going to be forced to be, to go by the cosmic law. And so that's where my head went for his storyline. And so to me, he was always an antagonist, really, to He-Man, and also an antagonist to Skeletor. So I was always setting up these scenarios where he would come in and, intercede. Good morning, Tim. Glad you can make it. But I always thought this character brought in I thought he was the Boba Fett of MOTU. That's the way he was very mysterious. He come in and butt into certain situations and stuff like that. And I used to do the play value where Skeletor and He-Man would be going at it, and boom, he would even stop He-Man from defeating Skeletor. I mean, it just opened the door for so many possibilities. See, I keep getting buffering. On my end, or are you talking about this video or Michael French's ZODAC thing? So if it's acting weird, I apologize. Everything seems normal on my end, so it's probably was something. I've been hearing a lot of people talk about on YouTube lately, because we're more people than usual are on it, that they've been experiencing some technical difficulties out of YouTube. I know when I get done making videos, sometimes it takes forever for it to show up on my side of the fence. So, but on the far as the sculpture we got going on here, this was your basic Skeletor style body with the legs, but he had the Beast Man chest, sort of the hairy back and everything like that. So like I said, they used a lot of the retooling, which everybody knows this and everything, which was so genius back in those days. You just don't see that nowadays, where they can take something and keep it simple. And the details on these was amazing. On the chest, the arms. Let's see, show you guys here. Let it focus in. The arm detail here was just really good, and the sculptural detail on the legs was really good too. That's one thing that I hated about the Beast Man character. I didn't hate it, but I always thought the legs on the Beast Man character were so underwhelming. I think you can see here on these legs, the He-Man and the ZODAC, their stature was the same. But when you get to the Beast Man and Stratos bore the exact man, would look a lot more intimidating if they would have took like a He-Man legs and went from the sculpt from there and done minor changes. Well, I apologize, Tim. Like I said, on this end, everything seems normal. I'm sitting there watching my own playback, so it's probably something to do with YouTube. So I do apologize about that. That's something zero control, but I'm going to try to press for it. Maybe when you come back later and rewatch it, it'll be all straightened back out. Jordell, thank you for joining me this morning. Let's see. Totally agree on ZODAC, one of the most interesting and underrated characters. Couldn't agree with you more. And like I said, a lot of people said his look, but I think even on his head sculpt, man, that just reads retro sci-fi. And I think Some of the kids in the 80s probably see. I was introduced to like Flash Gordon, Buck Rogers, not the Jill Gerard version. I'm talking about way back the black and white TV series, the serials. And man, this right here just screams vintage sci-fi all the way. And then, like I said, I remember getting the battle pack. And back then, I never heard of no Savage He-Man and all that. So I ended up, I had two versions. And what did I end up doing then was I had a version like one of each. And I ended up doing a scenario where these two guys started dueling, and then he started representing the good, and then he started representing the evil. So it became even more dynamic with the play value of He-Man, and Skeletor be going at it, and then these guys come in and join teams and just add more chaos to the mix. And it's just, but see, I was a very story-oriented kid back in those days, and still am. I mean, not much changed from the 10-year-old me to the 47-year-old toy smuggler today. There's not I'm really reverting back to the way I was thinking back in those days, because it just enhances the things that I do today with the live TV, with the going live and everything, talking about vintage Star Wars and He-Man stuff. And man, it's just, and I honestly think, and the accessory, I want to talk about this gun. Sorry guys, my voice is a little rough today. The pollen count here in Georgia is always stupid. Totally insane. And I love this ray gun. Let's see if I can get a better. There we go. The look of this screams retro Flash Gordon. You mold this and let it come out in black and add some silver highlights. Man, they took this right out of the Flash Gordon page all day long. It is just such an amazing gun. Just the way he holds it, the silhouette. You can probably see it better off the silhouette of this gun just looks, man, it's just retro sci-fi all the way. And that was the rise and the fall, I think, of MOTU. Because the guys they put on the original team on designing these core characters, the first 8 and even wave 2, look at the wave 1 and wave 2 figures, guys. Pull it up. I think there's that one chart, and it has it up. It's the one with the white background with the logo in the top left-hand corner, and they have it listed by years. That's the one I love going to, because you can really see with the year how things changed. Those first 2 waves were so spot on. The vision and the inspiration and the feel of vintage MOTU and fantasy sci-fi. They couldn't went wrong. I mean, boom. But here is the thing. Right before the whole She-Ra junk pulled into the mix, and I hate to call it junk, I really do, because I think I would love to be able to have the opportunity to take that change and redo that whole storyline and make it blend. I think they gave the women too much play there, and then they didn't design the figures where they went well with the stature of these guys. Even the guys on that side of the cartoon didn't look like these guys. That just didn't click. And all that what boiled down to, if you watch on Netflix, the Toys That Made Us, they if you really watch the whole section on MOTU, bottom line, it was the girls versus the boys. The girls side of Mattel, which was all Barbie, they were pissed because the guys finally designed a product that was outselling Barbie. And the whole reason she was designed is because the lady that was in charge of all that got greedy and didn't like that she was getting showed it, because she used to being the queen and her product ruled. And guess what, sweetheart? Your product is sitting on the shelf today at Walmart full. Girls don't buy that crap no more. So I think Barbie's probably right now the biggest loot. Barbie sells worse than Star Wars right now, and that is bad. That is really bad. So enough on that, but it was just boy versus girl. And when she came in and took over and used her power to influence the He-Man the storyline, boom, He-Man did one thing: drop, 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 drop. It just totally destroyed the whole direction of He-Man. and they got rid of a lot of the initial designers of the product. And you can tell just from the design standpoint, take the whole Shearer stuff out, just the figure design alone, there's a huge change. And you can tell without a shadow of doubt that it wasn't the same people involved. See, John, see, morning from New York, loves ZODAC. Ah, thank you very much. I'm glad to see some ZODAC fans hop on here. And so, and that's one thing I wish that they, this is one thing that I hope, and I'm seeing some good telltale signs that the new He-Man line that's coming out this fall may be going back to its roots, because right now they're doing with the Mark Taylor designs and everything, and man, they just look amazing. And now, like I said, and don't get me wrong, the new WWE wrestling / MOTU style, I'm love seeing it. Now, I'm not bought any of them. I've had a chance to buy the complete set now probably 4 times. They's a little slow getting into my Walmart in Dalton, but now when I go down there, I went down there just, I think it was Tuesday, I believe. It's Tuesday or Wednesday this week. Well, anyway, I went in there. The whole set of 4 was there. The Ultimate Warrior. The only one that I really thought about buying was the Sting version. But, you know, but where I used to wrestle, I wrestled for about 21 years. I retired a good 5 years. I think it'd be July, be 5 years ago. And I tried not to poke my nose in the wrestling anymore at all. I've been asked to do some color commentating, which would be fun. But like I said, I know me. If I stick my nose into it, I'll end up back in the ring, and I really don't need to do that. So it's, I want to stay healthy. So Jordell, oh, awesome. Thank you for joining me this morning. I said, all right, got a tip. So here, I have a tip for you. Give them to armless battle cats, and it looks great. That sounds interesting. But I have thought about making, do you remember, guys, that's a great idea. Man, that's got my wheels turning. I have thought about one thing they never made is the little sleigh coded where I can sell copies of it for a real good, good fair price. And, not nothing, $50 or something stupid like it. Something that, something that I can sell under the $20 range, and it's all worth my time putting in it, but yet affordable and fun for you guys. Because one of the ideas I thought I got, I'm trying to remember, at least 12, maybe even 13 of these guys. I've done lost track how many I got. And what I was looking at doing was designing a cosmic platform where these guys can, like, where you have one main leader. And I thought about making him a chest armor, and it'd be all white. And that way you have like some red versions and a whole bunch of black versions all lined up. So something weird like that. But I've always wanted to design that sleigh. And to me, I hope when they come out with the new ZODAC, that's something that we may see, because that should be along the same size as the battle ram where the sled comes apart. And I can't wait to see a new version of that as well. I'm really excited about this new He-Man line. I think it already shows a lot of promise on what it can deliver. And it looks like, on far as the art direction, they're going back to what worked. And so but the biggest thing is they need to get a good team put together and let that same team be young 20-some-year-old guy who can sculpt good. Now, if he's going to be involved, don't have no problem with that. But these younger designers need to be underneath an older guy, like a Mark Taylor. They need to bring somebody like Mark Taylor in to be like the supervisor. Really, something like that. I think that way the art stays controlled, it stays consistent, and the whole look and directions keeps that original first 2-year series of MOTU. Because like I said, guys, when the 3rd year wasn't too bad, but boy, when you hit that year when Hordak and all that came in, and I know a lot of people thought that Hordak line was great. I like the Hordak figure. I really do like the Hordak figure. But and Grizzlord, I like Grizzlord. Only thing wrong about Grizzlord, they didn't make his hands where he could grab anything. That's the only thing negative I can say about Grizzlord. I got 6 or 7 Grizzlords. So, and I just did a deal a month ago where I had all of them, boom, in a big, huge tub, washing every one of them and combing their hair and blow dry them was a bit aggravating, but they look so much better once you do that. And guys, that's another one. If you've got a Grizzlord and he's got extremely bad nappy hair, turn your faucet, get as hot as you can get it, Give him a good rinse. Then let him sit in a bowl of hot OxyClean. And not the white powder, but the blue gel that you put for color safe clothes. Let him sit in there for a good hour. Then give him a couple good rinse. Then you just get the hair dryer out and kind of brush it out. Boom. He smells amazing, and that fur. And you can even, if his fur's still nappy, you can even just get straight up conditioner that you put in your own hair and put in it and just gum it up really nasty. Get it all good and, you know, soaked up good with that conditioner, and let it sit for about 15, 20 minutes. Then give it another good rinse, and it should be able to come right through. That way you don't yank on that fur. It's on a mesh, and it's kind of tacked on there. You pull too hard, you're going to pull it off, and it'd be a turd to put it back on. I'm telling you that. So, but guys, like I said, that's the reason why this was my favorite character, and I'm really looking forward to see, because I'm trying to remember in the original. One thing I'd say, the original artwork on ZODAC, his action figure really turned out very similar. So I don't think we're going to see as far as a huge major change, but I think that all the changes that we're going to see on this figure is going to be tiny, tiny different little details. Because one thing that they're not doing is sharing a whole lot of different body parts. Looks like all of them is going to be their own little unique sculpt, kind of the harken more back to the original prototype feel. And I'm cool with that. So, I mean, anything that, you know, Mark Taylor designed, and that's the look of the feel that they want to do with the artwork and put toward the figure, I'm all down for it. Because that kind of give us something new. The one thing I don't want to see, and I know for a fact they're not going to do it, is I think it was 2002 when that new He-Man cartoon came out. They did a commemorative series, and the only thing about it is they just used the same modes, and all the old modes was kind of wore out. So it was a softer version of these, which was nice. And like I said, but I've not ever come across. I think I got one Skeletor, but he don't have none of the armor or anything like that. I don't have anything to compare it to. But you can obviously tell when I hold original Skeletor up to the commemorative, there's a massive difference there. I mean, you don't notice it at first if you just glance at it, but when you do look at it, you're like, something's off. And what it is, every detail is softened up just a touch, just enough to really make you notice it and everything. So, guys, let's see here. The red and black, like I said, man, the whole deal with the red and black cat, I'm gonna have to look into that, because that sounds just too cool. I've never thought about the cats on these guys. I always was thinking the space sled. But for you guys, see here, in some of those gray skull spirits, boy, you're coming up with some great ideas. I love it. And guys, real quick, for some of you guys that just popped on in the last little bit, I want to show you guys where I'm at on the Death Dealer. I'm getting ready to, as soon as I get off here, I'm going to get off here in just a couple minutes, guys, because I need a little extra time here. I got to do a quick trick out, and I honestly think I'm about a good 90 to 95% there. It just depends on how much detail they want. Let me show you this one part here, if I can get in here. Right there underneath the cheeks, I don't know if they want any extra smaller detail carved in there. So, show you all the cool stuff that I did last night on top of that helmet. No, focus in there. Oh, come on, you stupid thing. Sometimes these things, there we go. Now it's wanting to. I apologize, guys. Sometimes these cameras, they try to think. Let's see here. I thought about it. But I've done a lot of sculpting in there last night. So I think I got it pretty good. I'm very pleased with it and stuff. But that's where I'm at on that. I'm going to send it for approval. And like I said, and guys, if you were some of the guys that watched the Planet of the Apes deal, finally got these guys clean and back together. They're looking amazing. I just ordered last night. Clothes ordered. I ended up putting him on a different body until I find a Mego replacement left leg. So I'm just going to have him on standby as body parts for now. He's going to be fully clothed anyway, so you're just not going to be able to tell. You don't, when he's fully dressed, and I'm going to be doing the double-sided tape on the top of their all their hands and adding some fur on there just to add something cool. I think that's going to be a unique custom touch that's going to really add to the whole deal. So I'm really looking forward. And I got the, like I said, the other 3 figures I got ordered, which is the General Urko, Zira, and I got a custom Nova on the way. So they should be here around Tuesday next week. So I'm trying to get these guys all in a place to where when all this stuff comes in, I'll be able to wrap it all up together. See. Oh yeah, man, I'm telling you this. The next thing, if this gets approved, the next thing I'll be working on is all the armor that goes on him and stuff like that. And then what we're doing is, since this is such a new ground top heavy duty figure for this retro style, all the parts are going to be made in a soft rubber to where when they're designed, they get glued. Like if there's a chest place, it gets put over and tacked on there, and everything's going to get glued to where, like I said, because this is going to be probably one of the most detailed retro figures you're ever going to come across. I'm breaking brand new ground on what's ever been done in this style, and the Death Dealer is just the one to do it with. And then I can't wait to sculpt the big, huge Death Axe. That's just going to be fun. So, no, not the horse yet, but I may be surprising you with a story on that here in the next month. So don't lose that thought, guys. I got a lot of surprises in the works that I got something big right now I'm working on, and I just can't say nothing to you guys because nothing's written in stone. But I am having some very intense negotiations with some very large people in the toy. I think it may go through. There's going to be some big things down the road for the Toy Smuggler. So guys, just hold on tight. As soon as I can get some stuff in writing, I'm just dying to tell you, but I just can't because we're into negotiating and all that stuff right now. So I'm trying to, it's hard to hold it back. I'm telling you guys, but just keep your eyes on the Toy Smuggler. I got some big things coming, working on some big projects right here. This is a dream of mine. So a lot of great things in the works, guys. Now, guys, I want to appreciate you guys for joining me every early in the mornings, in the evenings, because I know I do a lot of crazy times. But guys, it's guys like you, great fans that come on board. It really helps support me and give me the drive just to keep moving forward. I want to appreciate and thank you, every one of you guys. It means the world to me that you guys come on here and join me and engage. So, guys, just keep spreading the word about the Toy Smuggler. Guys, got some great things coming. Appreciate it. You guys have a great day. Be safe. I'm the Toy Smuggler. Catch you later.